What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Friday. This is kind of a momentous Friday. This is the last Friday before the Great Underground Online Gaming Convention. And so that's what we're going to talk about tonight a little bit. And then at 9 o'clock, we're going to play some classic Gamma World, which I hope you guys will enjoy. Todd is coming back into the game. So that should be a lot of fun. I am sure I can come up with new and horrible ways to terminate all of his characters. But anyway, who am I who does these things? I am Bill Sylvie, aka the Dungeon Delver, and this is our little show. This is what I do 5 nights a week for you guys, and sometimes there's some interstitial news videos as news happens. Excuse me. But anyway, so yeah, we've got we've got a busy week ahead. Monday and Tuesday are going to be your bog standard. Okay, Monday and Tuesday are going to be your bog standard, and I've decided what I'm doing on Wednesday, which I will tell you about in a little bit. But anyway, Thursday and Friday, there is no live stream. I'm sorry, I said Wednesday. I meant Thursday. There is a live stream on Thursday, but it's not what you might think. Wednesday at noon Eastern Standard Time is your last chance to register for the Great Underground Online Gaming Convention as a player or as a game master. That's it. If you haven't gotten in, then the front gate's closed. All bets are closed. And if you got that reference, good for you. So hopefully you guys will be registered and ready to play. I will have some games on the grid. I have yet to decide what time because I don't want to roll over people who've got important, fun things going on. So Monday, fairly normal show Monday. I'll probably talk a lot about the con because one thing I'm going to be doing this weekend, very good, Rich. Rich got it in one. Rich gets the gold star. So over the weekend, I'm going to be assigning rooms to game masters where they will be at certain times. And that's going to be fun and interesting. Tuesday will be, of course, we'll come out. I'll talk to you guys about the assignment stuff like I did on Monday, and then we'll play AD&D. Wednesday, Kyle will be here. And Thursday, we are having the prize stuff giveaway. Essentially, if you guys have registered for the Guac as a player or as a game master, I have tons of swag to give away. There's stuff from Frog God Games, which if you guys were here last night, we had Zach on last night, and of course we had Michael on last night from Frog God Games. They've got stuff that I will be giving away all weekend. We've got stuff coming in from Hellabard, but we have a ton of stuff happening. So there will be giveaways. I will basically I will roll. Now, if you're not watching the live stream, that's okay, because the person whose name I draw out of a hat, and I will literally be drawing names out of a hat. I'm cutting up pieces of paper and I'm pulling names out of a hat, and I will show them to you guys. Those folks whose names I draw will get some of the awesome swag that we have for the con. So I'm excited about that. So that will be Thursday. I won't talk about much other than drawing people's names. I will let everyone know through the convention channels if they want to be here to get their prize. Out of the wizard hat. That's right, Robert. It will be out of the wizard hat. Then they should be watching the live stream. Now, regardless of whether you watch the live stream or not, your name will go in the hat. As long as you're registered for the greetings, local 433 Gumby. As long as you're registered for the con as a game master or as a player, once your name comes out of the hat, your name's out of the hat. All right. So one chance for everybody. One chance for everybody. And I will go until I'm out of prizes to give to folks. And then over the ensuing weeks, I will send them out to you. It's art prints, it's gaming books, it's all kinds of fun stuff. So no, Death Angels. They're talking about my Gandalf hat, actually. Which that's New Line, Warner Brothers. I don't know. I mean, it literally in the last week of his life, Christopher Tolkien washed his hands of ownership and stewardship of the Tolkien estate and then keeled over, which is why we have absolute garbage coming out now. Absolute trash. And the justifications for it make me want to physically injure the people who are making those justifications. I regard the Rings of Power as no different from those stop oil people who pour paint over priceless works of art, the ones who destroyed the fountain in Rome by dumping paint into it. So anyway, moving right along. So if you're registered for the con, your name goes into the hat. I draw your name out. If I draw your name out, I'll read it on live stream, and you'll get literally I'll pick up a prize. I'll say, we're drawing for this, or we're drawing for this. And that's how we'll do. Now somebody was asking. This is my hat. This is my wizard's hat. Hopefully 50 some names can fit inside there. I guess if I print them small enough, but not too small, because I've got to be able to read them. I will be drawing from the wizard hat, and you guys will all get a chance. It's equal opportunity for everyone. It is equal opportunity for everyone to get a prize. One prize only. I may have enough stuff because you guys saw all the stuff, or a lot of the stuff that I got from Jack Photon. The purple star hat. Yeah. I'll use him for something else someday. But there's more coming from our buddies over at Hellabard, and everybody's getting, as far as I know, everybody's getting like free stuff from Frog God. I need to talk to Zach again and find out exactly what is going on there. So That is what we will be doing on Thursday, the hard capital E eve of the convention. And again, if you're not watching the live stream, I'm not going to be like, I didn't hear from you, John Smith, therefore crumple toss. I'm not going to be like that artisanal computer guy who did that on stream. Hello, Charles G. So, you know, and again, it'll be one per. So I'm pretty hyped about that. I'm pretty stoked about that. I hope you guys will be too. And then Saturday, Streamwise on Saturday. Look it up, Kabuki. But essentially, it was a custom gaming PC company that actually did gangbusters because they made really, really fancy, like, oh, you know, here's your water-cooled system, yada, yada, yada. They had Twitch channels. They had partnerships with Intel and NVIDIA. The guy had the world in the palm of his hands. And he would do die rolls. He would take a D20 and he would roll it to see the names of like their next partners. Right about the time this was going on, there were people employees claiming that like the East Coast production facility and the West Coast production facility had been set against each other. And that like the East Coast production facility people had like 3 people doing PC builds, and the West Coast had like a dozen. It was just not a pleasant working environment at all. But the night he was doing one of these drawings for Twitch streamers to be partners and therefore to get a PC build, he rolled the dice. He rolled the D20, pulls up the person who won, and starts berating that person for not having what he considered a big enough footprint on Twitch. And then said, if you want one of our computers, you simply have to be a bigger Twitch streamer. I'm going to roll that die again and give it to somebody else, which is actually illegal some places. It is. So I'm not going to be that guy. I'm not going to be that guy. I'm going to be pulling names out, and your name is your name. Your name is drawn. Will it be posted somewhere? Yes, I will. I will post it everywhere. I will post it on Facebook and YouTube community and Twitter and just wherever I can. So that, immoral, unethical. Dude's company imploded faster than a full soda can dropped to the bottom of the Marianas Trench. He legally changed his name. The dude legally changed his name to get the heat off of him. I have lots of boxes, but I don't have any Vulpine creatures, so I can't do that. But all that's happening, and it's happening next week. And after the guac, you know what we're gonna do? Nothing. I'm going on vacation. After the Great Underground Online Gaming Convention, the winners will be posted up probably on Saturday. He changed his name to Reg as ouch, Reg. But after I posted up Saturday on the Guac, and I'm still talking about the Guac, I may run a game on Sunday, but that's it. I am taking a week off. The following week, I will not be here. So after tonight, it'll be 2 weeks without Gamma World and a week and a half without stream. And I'm basically I'm gonna put my feet up and drink beer and just do some things that I want to do. I want to look at the clock at 5:30 and not go, well, I got to stream in 2.5 hours. Better get cooking dinner. Not that I don't enjoy y'all's company. I do. But yeah, I'll be taking some time off. But that doesn't mean I'm going to leave you guys hanging to dry. No, sir or ma'am. No. There will be content. I'm going to rack and stack videos to go live. 5 videos for my vacation week, and you guys can come in and watch, and they will be classic videos. I may share, just for the hell of it, I may share like the first ever stream that I did back in 2023 or 2020 rather, 3 years ago, when I started the channel on Facebook, and it was only on Facebook. I think I probably have a Jim Ward interview you guys haven't seen. Yeah, summer reruns, a rerun of season 1, a highlights week. I'll be setting them to premiere so you guys can watch and chat and comment and super chat and donate and give me your money. You know, all that stuff that y'all love to do. But speaking of which, if all this is like some new shocking thing to you, like if you've just come by and you're like, I didn't know this channel had all of this incredibly cool stuff, let me let you in on a little secret. Over here, somewhere, maybe it's down here. I think it's down here. I think it's like right here-ish. There's a gray button you can click that says subscribe, and then there's a little bell icon next to it. If you're not already, please click that button and click the bell icon for notifications. It does me a world of good. And so confession time. Some of my favorite YouTubers to watch, I will be fine. Me have stick written. Me vacillate back and forth on whether me have stick have illustration. Me decide me have stick have illustration. So me work on me have stick illustration. Mechanic says bloopers too. All right. Take the average video that I do, where I'll like look at something on the web and then go, and then what I start talking about next has nothing to do with the thing that I was just talking about, or the technical problems, or me maybe streaming when I shouldn't be, as far as my mindset and that sort of thing. Consider all of that, and that I think of my show as being pretty solid and pretty well done and pretty put together. Now roll the odometer back to 2020, before I had anywhere near the self-confidence that I do now. And you've pretty much that, yeah, all of my old stream were blooper reels. So yeah, there'll be some fun stuff while I'm on vacation. Don't worry, guys. But yes, please like and subscribe on the video if you haven't before. There is still, to the best of my knowledge, now if Dungeon Minister comes in and says it is nicht Gerwehr, which of course, if you're not fluent in German, means it's not Gerwehr. But unless he says otherwise, you can still get guac merch, and I'm going to show some of that off on Monday. But as far as I know, there's still Guac 2 merch, and we have everything: dice bags, which double as pencil bags, t-shirts, mugs, pint glasses, hats, wallets, kidney dialysis machines with the Guac logo, unless those are sold out. We have a sports bra. That last one I'm not kidding about. We have a great underground online gaming convention sports bra. My ego is out of control. Tactical, that, trust me, you would not be the first person to make that observation. Local, this is how this is it. The chat meanders. They get on their own thing, man. I tell you what. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming up, and then, like I said, I'm taking vacation. There's gonna be a hiatus. Possibly when I come back, I could be also streaming to Rumble. Still not modeling it. That's not what I saw written on the men's room wall. Anyway, I'm just trying to make Connect blush. Hopefully she's snarfing box wine when I did that. But so tactical consent says, because I want to bring this up. What did he say? I would love to see you run a 3.5 session with decent players. Now, this is the part where some of you might think that my initial reaction would be like, 3.5, you punk kid. I've run 3.5. I've run D20. I've run D20 Star Wars. I've run D20 Modern. I've just used it as like a basis for a mecha game on a couple of sessions. Didn't really go anywhere. I tried to mash up Battletech and D20. I just use Battletech, not like the Battletech universe, like, I walked 10 feet. My battle mech is overheating. You know, I have a cannon that can knock down a building that can't shoot 20 meters. Take care, Lux. We'll see you. But I have run some D20 before, some 3.5. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, it's just D&D for me, and I didn't much. It was never for long, so the character optimization and the cult of build that is D20 that you get with 3.5, and you get in spades in Pathfinder, just wasn't there for me. It just wasn't there for me. Was playing MechWarrior 2 the other day. Difficult game. Yeah. I mean it is. So it was. Now, if you said, Bill, I'd like to see you DM a 3.5 game for as long as you've DM'd your first edition AD&D game, I don't know that I could. A broken character in first edition AD&D would have a bunch of single-digit stats and crap rolls for hit points. Kyle, if you're listening to this, shut up and get off my back, man. I'm kidding. But ultimately, you could play them however you wanted, right? You can create a character with the intent of just having fun in 3rd edition, and people would like, there are subsets of people who are, I remember during the height of 3rd edition, hearing of groups. I mean, like, hearing from the people who had contact with the groups. I don't mean like, I read this on a forum back in 2003, so I assume that it's true. No, I talked to people who interfaced with groups that would vet your character. Like, if they said, okay, we're running Return to Temple of Elemental Evil, so we're starting with 5th level characters, bring your character, and the players would want to see your character sheet and see how you were built and make sure your character was built properly. So, if you were like, yeah, I want to play a fighter, but I want to pick up some levels of thief, and I guess I could do, I could do like this kind of, power attack and that sort of thing, but maybe he wants to pick pockets every now and again. There's people who get hostile about it during the build days of D&D groups that would just be like, no, you're not optimized. You took these feats and they don't connect up other to these feats, so you don't get power attack and then, monster sweep attack and on and on and on and on. And just would be like, you're not going to game with us, not with that character. And I would surmise that there would be groups that would dictate that you're going, like, your character will, hang on a second, guys. My apologies, everyone. My producer was attempting to shove the box that contains my Grenadier Red Dragon that I'm shipping off to Paint Minis Live. She was trying to shove it off the table. I haven't taped it shut because I'm still printing a base for it to send out with it. So that's where I am. And tactical consent, I thank you for your question. That was a good question. And can I tell you something, Tactical? If you guys are having fun, then you're playing D&D right. Okay? If you're having fun, you're playing D&D right, and that's all I'm going to say about it. Vincent says, what was Gary's thoughts on 3rd edition? We don't generally know. Gary, part of the deal with Wizards of the Coast buying Dungeons and Dragons, Lorraine Williams, and I don't know how far this did or did not go, but Lorraine Williams literally said, if you want me to sell D&D, you are contractually bound to not hire Gary Gygax back. You cannot hire Gary Gygax back to work for you. This is what I've heard. But with that said, Wizards of the Coast did seek his consultancy on 3rd edition. Tetsubin, yes. Somebody's been hanging around the Dragon's Foot forums. Yes. Tetsubin. Um, but what Gary said to me about third edition was he said he thought it was a solid game, but it was extremely tightly integrated. He essentially implied that the game had zero mechanical tolerances, and it does. There is one correct, with a capital C, one correct way to make a fighter in 3.5. If you want to do it the most optimal way, there's only one way to do it. Just bing, 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 bing. These feats, these skills, don't do anything different. Don't color outside the lines. And that was his output to Wizards of the Coast, was that your game is extremely tight as far as design tolerances go. And I mean, he didn't hold that opinion as being a good thing. Gary didn't edition war. Gary did not edition war much at all. His mindset was very much of what goes on at your table is between you and your dungeon master. So consequently, there was a lot of I think a lot of people just kind of put their own idea that, oh, Gary would have hated, Gary loved games. Take really terrible ability rolls, no re-rolls. There you go. I mean, if you're not like out of the chute, like, well, my character, my dwarven rager, half orc, barbarian, cleric, monk starts off with strength 21. That's what blows me away. And I look now at 5e and it's so utterly alien. And they're talking about I don't know why you didn't let my Githyanki barbarian with Raging Call attack first. He has a strength of 27. You only have a strength of 22. I'm like, what game are you people even playing? But yeah, I mean, it's funny in the rear view to look back at third edition and go, yeah, that was actually fairly reasonable. And I've mentioned it before too. I played for a few weeks, like 6 weeks over a summer. Gosh, it's been 6 or 7 years now. I had some of the most fun I've ever had with a player with a completely over the top Pathfinder character. We started out with it was a high level campaign. They didn't just bring me in after months or years of campaigning. They were like all new characters. I came in a few weeks after they started, and so the DM was like, what do you want to do? And I'm like, this game got bards. And they're like, yeah, it's got bards. I'm like, cool, I want to run a bard. So they started setting me up on how to run a bard. And they said, tell us about your bard character. And I said, he's Robert Plant. And they're like, you mean like Robert Plant? I said, no, he's Robert Plant. I am a traveler through both time and space to be where I have been. And they were like, oh, okay, all right, he's Robert Plant. And I had stupid amounts of fun with it. The Discord we were in had a built-in jukebox, and I said, as long as I don't spam with it, do you mind if I play Zepp songs at the appropriate moments? And they're like, have fun, dude, have fun. So we were surrounded on 3 sides in a building, and I blew down a wall by singing Immigrant Song, and it just, literally the first thing I did in the game, I had, it's like, well, they hear you're giving a performance in a tavern. And I said, cool, I'm wrapping up the show with When the Levee Breaks. This whole kingdom we're in is a huge archipelago that wraps around the equator of this planet. So I'm singing a song about endless rains and flooding. And the GM's like, give me a performance roll. And I rolled it. And with all of my modifiers, I get a 29 on the roll. A 30 is like, the gods will pause and listen to what you have to say. And so, yeah, it was dumb fun for about 6 weeks. Would I want to do that for a year? Basically having a to my D&D, AD&D, OD&D mind, a demigod-like character? Probably not. Probably not. Just because there's so much stuff in 3.5 to keep track of, and then Pathfinder just bolts more stuff onto that. So that's what I have to say about that. I'm kind of to the point now where I'll look at new editions in the general sense. I say I'll look at new editions. I'll just kind of look at them and be like, well, that's your armor classes are still upside down, and your character stats go way too high. I don't even know or want to know what a quarter mimic, half Gith Yankee, 1/8 Tabaxi, 1/16 Drow, and 1/16 Orc Barbarian Rager is when it comes to the races in the game. So yeah, I just get more and more, get off my lawn about it. But I don't freak out about it. And I the thing that irritated me so much about 4E was going to general RPG forums and fans of 4th edition trolling. They trolled, and in retrospect, I know that they were doing it to get a rise out of old grumpy grognards like me. But it's like, yeah, I'm thinking of starting a party in Temple or in Village of Hamlet, and then we're going to move this, and then, and they were just coming into it. Old D&D sucks. And it was just fuck off. We're over the 30-minute limit. I can do it. So it was more the rabid defenders of 4E that bugged me more than like the D20 mechanics of 3 and 3.5 bugged me. But now I again, looking in the rearview mirror, the mechanics of 3 and 3.5 don't seem that bad. I'm not going to play it just because I would have to learn a whole new system, and also I don't have any 3rd edition material anymore. That's all gone. But yeah, I don't edition more anymore. I don't have the time or the patience. And let me tell you something. So there's this lady I follow on Twitter, and she follows me back, and we talk back and forth, and sometimes we DM on Twitter, and she is all in for 5th edition and loves all the fluffy bunny stuff in it, and she is the nicest person. And I like, if I edition word about 5th edition, I'd have to be mean to Laura, and I can't bring myself to do that because she is just the nicest person. I want to get her on the show, but she's like, I don't know what I talk about. Like, I know what you talk about. You've been playing since 2E. We can find stuff to talk about. Locals talking about the Games Workshop Edition rollout schedule. So I don't disagree with you. I definitely think that's a perspective you can look at it from. But let me rather say, once upon a time, back in the late 80s, early 90s, Apple made this big announcement to developers and industries. Steve Jobs was gone. Apple was sinking, but print shops and graphic design shops relied so much on the Macintosh. And when OS 6 came out, Apple would have dev cons and voice conference on phone and everything else. Good for you, Death Angels. And they said, hey, it is the end of operating systems. We have a good, solid code base in 6. So what we're going to do is, as things are needed to improve 6, we're just going to roll out updates. Gone are the days of you need a new operating system, you got to install a new operating system. This is how it's going to be. We're on PowerPC forever. We'll continue to sandbox 68K apps until those legacy apps ported over to Power. Now, there was a lot going on behind the scenes at Apple at the time. Apple had Star Trek, and they had Taligent Pink. Star Trek was an attempt that had started in like 1988. This is only 7 years after Apple started with GUI-based 16-bit computers with the Lisa, that they started to port Mac OS to PC. Yes, they had builds of Mac OS running on 386s once upon a time. None of them have ever been seen in the wild, and that is very disappointing, but they had it. Oh man, I'm watching. Viewers is dipping. People are like, oh God, I don't want to hear about this. But also there's a lizard man in Rogue's Gallery. A deceased character got reincarnated as a lizard man. But anyway, Apple had all this stuff working in the background, and they were just they were telling devs and other folks, yeah, that's for someday down the road, but we're just gonna push. It is a good drawing, Kabuki. We're just going to push OS 6 and updates for OS 6. So you're going to have OS 6.1, 0.5, 0.4, 0.3, 0.7. And it didn't work. You can't keep patching stuff on top of your operating system over and over and over and over. It becomes a bloated, unstable mess. Microsoft tried it. Windows 10 is the last Windows. It'll just be updates. It'll just be updates from here on out. Well, of course it wasn't. Windows 11 is being forced on you. What has this got to do with Dungeons and Dragons, you may ask? You've been talking for 10 minutes and you won't shut up. Please talk about Dungeons and Dragons. Someone else mentioned the Games Workshop model. I don't disagree with that, but, and hear me out, same here, Kabuki. Same here. I don't let them. what Wizards of the Coast and they've done it 3 times before to varying degrees of success. And you can make the comment that service packs have been a part of D&D since D&D. Issues of strategic review and the Dragon and the supplements, service packs rather than new editions. There was a reissue of the core AD&D books in the early 90s for 2E. And so there have been patches, but Wizards of the Coast said, hey, this is D&D Essentials. It's not 4.5. 3.5, they were very blatant about. They were like, yeah, we got to fix some stuff. So here's a service pack. Cool. Can we have it for free? No. Hey, Jack Photon. So they released 3.5 and then they released Essentials for 4E to address people's concerns with 4E. And we're like, we're just going to keep doing stuff like Essentials. And then, of course, they didn't. They released 5th edition. They have released one service pack after the other for 5th edition. And D&D Try Again, D&D one to rule them all, whatever they're calling it, that is another service pack for 5. And they said when 5th edition came out, don't call it 5e. Don't call it 5e. It's D&D Next. It's not a new edition. We're done with editions. And of course, that was untrue. Even now, Wizards of the Coast themselves put out stuff that say 5e on it. And unless it's significantly different, people will call D&D Next. They'll call it 6th edition. But what they want to try and do is keep issuing service packs instead of addressing serious bugs in the operating system. And I'll say this about 5th edition. We're fine. Thank you, Dungeon Minister. I'll say this about 5th edition. When I sat down and I looked at it, because I play tested 5e. I was one of the many thousands of people who play tested 5e. The hit point, they attempted to scale down the superpowers part everywhere except for hit points early on. And I remember the Sunday we played, we fought 3 gray oozes that had 132 hit points each. And it was literally just our magic user sitting back there and casting burning ray. It's burning hands, but it just shoots out in a little ray, because that was all we had left. Just bzz, 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 bzz. And it took us hours to beat these things. And unfortunately, Robert S. Conley ran us through the game, but unfortunately, that is the most memorable part of it because of how bonkers the rules were. But you would have romanced these. Yeah. There's a Facebook group for you. But with respect to 5e, at its core, it's more like Moldvay Basic Expert with literally just a light sprinkling of feats and not even skills. I was elated when I heard skills had been thrown out. And you could, like, it was either or as you level. Like, you can't get a feat and you get all this stuff. And I found it to be a breath of fresh air. After 3, 3, 5, and 4 in Essentials, I found 5e to be a breath of fresh air. And I remember looking at it and thinking, like, backgrounds. I could put backgrounds from 5e into AD&D. It's not world breaking to say that your character has the pub crawler background. And maybe they get a little bit of a rub when they go and they try and pick up a rumor or something like that. A slightly better chance of getting a rumor or being able to find a hireling. I could use that in AD&D, no problem. And I could run a 5e game. If somebody said, yeah, can you run it for 6 months? I'd say, look, I'm going to bring in the XP tables from AD&D and I'm going to flip armor classes. And I could do that. I would try and convince them to play first edition AD&D. But barring that, I could do that. And I didn't feel like it was a horrible system. They've made it back into a bloated mess. They heard the screeching and chittering of the 4E fans who were so pissed about what they changed that they started rolling other changes back in. And they have kind of gone hard in the paint about certain real world issues that should never come up in a tabletop game under any circumstances. But I mean, you give me the monster manual, the player's handbook, and the dungeon master's guide, and it's an eminently workable system. I can fold parts of it into AD&D. No lie. I ran a ranger. I ran a first edition AD&D ranger in a 5e game. The dungeon master and I just worked back and forth, flipping the armor class when appropriate. Otherwise, it worked. I mean, it's like finding out that a brand new pro gaming motherboard has an analog joystick port and a 16-bit ISA slot, so you can drop an AW32 card in it. That's how surprising it was. I'm not here to sing the praises of 5e. I'm not here to tell you guys that you should give 5e a try. Far from it. We're an AD&D and OD&D and other classic RPG channel. The point of all of this is that I am just I'm just there's no point in edition mooring. All right, play what you love, as long as it's not Pathfinder. Anyway, we're gonna get in a few minutes. We're gonna be getting into some classic Gamma World, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be, as I said, it's going to be the last classic GW session for a couple of weeks, because next week, Friday, is the Guac. And the week following, I'm on vacation. And so it'll be a little while before, before it comes back around, but it will come back around. And as said, I'm going to do premiere videos on my channel all the week I'm on vacation. I'll make sure they go up and are timed right. And we have stuff. Jack, we're doing a drawing for prizes. Prize drawings are coming next Thursday night. I think I'll do it basically as the official opening of the Guac will be Thursday night live stream. And I'm going to have some beers. I'll have like a pint of Guinness, or 2 or 4, and we'll be drawing names from the hat, and just as they come out, as they come out. Looking at my eye, Grim. Uh, who you calling old, you punk kid? The 1200 XL, that thing was a beast. If Atari had like come up with an SIO expansion bus and thrown slots in the 1200 XL, I think they could have given Apple a run for their money. I honestly do. I honestly do. What's my deal with PF? I'm kidding you about PF. I said I played a short PF campaign and I was Robert Plant and I had a lot of fun. Amigas were sweet. Amigas were very good. I had two Amigas back in the day. I had an A500 that I had 2 megs of RAM in it when I sold it, and it had a 14 megahertz CPU. Don't worry about it, Grim. Welcome. Here, I'll give you a noogie. There you go. But then I had a 1200. The 1200 is a bittersweet story because, of course, by the time the AGA machines rolled out, Commodore was in an unrecoverable spin. But I scrimped and saved, and I spent $189 and got a 60 megabyte Seagate hard drive. But the real kicker was there was a dude who was getting out of the Amiga scene, and he was just getting rid of stuff. He sent me an email on the BBS and was like, hey, I've got a 28 megahertz DKBO30 card for the 1200. Do you want it? And I was like, I could never afford it. And he's like, nah, just come to Winter Park and pick it up. You can have it. So dude gave me a piece, like at that time, that card was worth like $600. So for the $149 for a 4 megabyte SIM to pop into it, I had a sick Amiga 1200. 28 megahertz, 030, 4 megs of fast RAM, and a 60 megabyte hard drive. That thing was solid. It got super hot. It got hot enough to crash if I was playing like an early Amiga first person shooter. But it was amazing. I loved that computer. Nah, Plant's a bard. So we've just about got everybody in. We're waiting on we are currently waiting on a couple of folks to join in now. Well, we're waiting on Doomsword to get in. Pirates was the best experience on the Amiga. Pirates Gold on the Amiga. It looked a lot better in SVGA on the PC, in 640 by 480 on the PC. It looked better. No, I lost my owl bear somewhere in the Keep on the Borderlands. Naughty says Doomsword makes game. Thank you, Death Angels. Have a wonderful evening. I wish you could stay and watch. I do. Death Angels and I might have known each other. Because he was into the Amiga scene and he lived here in the Orlando area at the same time I was in the Amiga scene, and I live in the Central Florida area. So yeah, just we're waiting on Doomsword, and I need to have a quick check on something here. Where is it? doom, sword, doom, sword, doom, sword, doom, sword. If he doesn't get here, it's going to be like half of my group is going to be in the or half of my audience is going to be in the group, and so on. So hopefully he'll get here. While we're waiting on him, and because I think right now, Doomsword and is Do Re Mi still conscious, or is it Doomsword, or rather, probably Sane and Rex Dashington? There he is. There he is. Well, we're going to find out here in just a second. Whilst I don my headphones, let me get those on. And we will welcome our characters. So let's... I have these on right there, and they feel funny. Yep, there I are. Let us welcome our characters. Let us bid a good evening to Do Re Mi, played by Kevin.
Hello, hello.
The one, the only Yang Yan Zhao, Sensei Zhao, there as Rex Dashington. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, everyone.
The walk-in medpack herself, Sapphire, playing Mercy.
Evening, all. Hey, people.
And Doomsword Deathmaster, playing probably Sane, a.k.a. Probably not Sane at all.
For sure.
Hello, Doomsword. Good to see you.
You as well.
All right. So when last we left, you guys were fighting some of the happiest kill bots on Earth. So let's go ahead and jump into the action. Who is awake and who is not? Who is stunned? I mean, I know who it is. I just want to see if you guys...
Mercy is stunned. Mercy is down.
Yeah.
I think Rex was okay.
Rex is... yeah, you're wearing a Volkswagen around. Of course you're all right. And everybody can find you because you're leaking oil and coolant.
Coolant? Volkswagen plus coolant?
Yeah.
It's not air-cooled?
Probably Sane. You're up, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, so let's go ahead. You have a hovering tactical drone over you. You have some destroyed androids lying scattered around you. It's a new round. You're in front of the bronze statue of the elderly man and the weird mutant with a big head and the round ears. So we'll take it from the top then. What is probably Sane doing?
Right. So, I mean, yeah, shooting.
Fair enough. Yang, what is Rex Dashington going to do? As I recall, you had activated your flight systems and were kind of trying to get eye level with this thing. Yeah.
I did at one point. I can't remember if that's still what I'm doing. Oh, wait. I think it avoided me when I tried that. I think I was trying to pull it down.
You were trying to lunge out and grab it.
I will try to do that again. And hopefully drag it down.
All right. So go ahead and take your shot, Doomsword.
All righty.
That is going to miss. So let's roll initiative, Rex, because I know what this thing's going to do.
Ooh. Oh.
It's going to be simultaneous. You're lunging for it, and it is... All right, so go ahead and make your attack roll to try and grab it.
It's like the kid just staying out of reach of the parent.
It's respectable.
All right, so
No.
no, you're 14. You actually grab it. It does not, like this blue bolt arcs out of it over your suit. Does not hit you as you kind of come in under it. And I think we were saying you're doing 3 dice of damage to try and grab it. Yeah.
I
So,
think so.
Yeah, go ahead and roll your 3 dice as you clutch at it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you kind of bend it and it's sort of got this plastisteel outer hull to it. It has all the attention in the world from you. And let's see. So let's go ahead and by the way, Todd, I do see you in the back room. Don't worry, we'll be introducing you momentarily. Okay. Probably sane. Rex has grabbed the thing. Are you going to continue to blast at it, or just let him try and crush it in his mechanical hands?
As tempting as it is to shoot up there and see if I can plink it while he's holding it, I think I'll defer.
Okay. Are you assisting either one of your injured, unconscious comrades who each got a lung full of tear gas?
All right, so we got 2 of them with tear gas. We got what, Doe and Mercy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose I'll look over Mercy, being that Mercy can help me with the other one better than I can help either of them.
Okay. All right. Then go ahead and give me a D20 roll. We'll see if you can sort out something to do to get her lungs of. Yeah, you're just kind of breathe, damn it.
Yeah, pound on.
Stop being.
You got to pound on the chest real hard.
All right. Roll
Good thing I
initiative,
got lots of
Yang.
hit points.
Sorry, roll for attack. What? Huh?
Let's see if this thing can tase you, bro.
Sorry, what was I rolling? I
Roll
missed that.
initiative. You're grabbing it and trying to do more damage to it, right?
So
a D6.
D20? Oh, D6. Gotcha.
D6 for initiative, yeah.
No.
All right. Oh, I saw that 20 come up. Yeah, it kind of extends a metal rope and tries to I'm gonna give it a little bit of a bonus because you are holding on to the thing. Come on. Your armor class is 3 or is it 2?
2 for the scout armor.
Okay. Class 2. Yeah, you duck under that metal rope that's trying to whip around you and grab you. You can go ahead and did you already roll your attack? I know you rolled your initiative and lost.
No, I did not make an attack, but
All
I
right,
will.
go ahead.
Never mind. Oh.
7. Okay, yeah, it yanks out of your grip and backs off a few meters. Okay. What was? See, Mercy. What is Mercy's con?
18.
18. Okay. Yeah. So probably Sane is standing over you with his leather cowboy hat, waving it back and forth, trying to fan you and get you up on your feet. So you've regained consciousness now. There's the ruins of a couple of androids, and then there's one hovering It's about 10 meters up, just to the right of the bronze statue. What do you want to do?
So it's just the other two are knocked out of commission. It's just the one that Rex is engaging, correct?
That is correct.
Okay, I'm gonna go over to our other downed comrade and try to administer first aid to get him up and moving too.
Okay.
And thank you, numbers.
Okay. So what are you doing now, Number? She's up and she is crawling over to Do-Re-Mi to assist him.
I suppose I'll watch. Actually, I'll walk up behind her and stand over her shoulder and look and make sure she's doing it right.
Okay. All right. Well, that leaves Rex to deal with this flying menace. So, do you, what you're going to try and grab it again? Have you got something you want to shoot it with? What do you want to do?
Well, I'm already up here in the air near it, so I guess I got to grab it.
Fair enough. Roll initiative, please.
Ugh.
All right. Simultaneous again. How very, very sad. Yeah, it's still flailing that whole cable around. You grab it. You grab it good, though. You duck under and grab onto it again. So roll your damage as you give it a swat.
Right. Oh.
That's a nice one. Yeah, you give it a good sock, and there's you can see a little bit of smoke kind of coming out of vents on it. Let's go ahead then back down to the action on the ground. Do-Re-Mi, you're coming to. You're staring up into the bright, blinding sun there, and the beautiful blue sky with the white, fluffy clouds above you, and the unbearable humidity. But you're conscious and breathing, and there's Mercy bending over you, like checking your pulse, and Rex Dashington standing behind her. Saying, I think you need to hit him real hard. So what are you doing now that you've regained consciousness, Do-Re-Mi?
Okay, if it's the only thing that's really nearby is flying, right?
Correct.
So I'm going to shoot it with my slug thrower when I get an opportunity.
You can do that now.
Oh, okay.
You can literally just
right now.
Take a shot with it. Okay. Numbers, are you doing anything? Probably numbers.
Yeah. Once I see the doe has recovered, I'll shoot at the thing again.
Okay. Let's go ahead and roll initiative. And Kevin, why don't you do that for the side?
Sure thing.
Well, actually, probably saying Numbers Rab can take a shot at it if he wants before initiative, because you lovely, delicious mutation. And you guys will go first versus it.
All right, yeah, I'll go ahead and
Numbers.
take a shot, and then I'll need to reload afterward. What is that die doing? Come on, man!
All right, that will miss.
All right.
So you'll be reloading in the next round, and so Do-Re-Mi, take your shot.
Okay. $12.
12.
This is a class 10.
Class 10, 12. Let's see. Sadly, will not hit. And finally, Yang, Rex Dashington.
So I will continue to physically assault him, but I'd like to try to destroy whatever sort of flying mechanism it has, like rockets or wing or something to bring him to the ground, if I can.
It's kind of
what I
got
can get.
ducted fans that are deep inside of it, so you're not really sure where, like, you know, there's intake grills and it's flying up in the air. It could be anti-gravity, and it's just like the whirring sound you're hearing is just kind of Vernier's. So you can take a shot at it if you want. You know, you can try and
Best guess.
try and smash it. All right. That's a D20 you're looking for.
Oh, dang it.
You know, when we get back to base, we could test this with potatoes, right? And see if they have exhaust ports.
Bananas.
Okay, that will not hit. It is trying once again. Oh, this is the battle of the incompetents. So, Do-Re-Mi, go ahead and take your shot. Or no, you already took your shot. That's right.
Yeah, I missed.
Does Mercy get a shot or no?
What do you have?
A crossbow?
Oh, you have the crossbow, right? Yeah, all right, sure. Take a shot.
Okay.
$15 is, let's see, crossbow bolt. Let's see. That's a weapon class 9. Nope. Just flies over it. Okay. We are on to the next round. Probably saying you are racking a new power module into your weapon. Do-Re-Mi, you blasting on this fool?
Yes, sir. 100%.
Is Rex Stashington still trying to be Rex Smashington?
Yeah.
Alrighty, let's go ahead and roll initiative. And I think Connect, you go ahead and roll initiative, please, for the side. That is a 4, and I get a 5. $18. Okay. That is going to be what is Rex's shield strength, please?
50 hit points.
50 hit points. Okay. Yeah, there's an arcing and a crackling when this thing wraps a metal tentacle around your suit, and you see that drop by half. If there was another android or something else attacking you, you might be in trouble. Bot, I should say. Okay. New round. Probably Sane, you have reloaded your weapon. You may take a shot at it now if you like.
Alrighty.
A 19 is going to hit it. Roll your damage, please. And that is, good Lord, 24 points of damage. This thing's in center mass and just burn a hole right through it, and it falls with a loud, muffled thump as it lands on the green sward that forms kind of a squarish U around this statue that you guys are standing in front of.
Oh yeah!
Other than the faint whooshing of Rex Dashington's anti-gravity system, and some very pleasant, if tinny, music playing over the speakers in various places. You hear nothing now.
I'm gonna take both of those droids and I'm gonna throw them in the fountain.
Well, they're about the size of a car hood, and they weigh a couple 100 kilograms each. So,
Fine. I'll kick him a couple times just because.
all right.
Happiest place on earth, my butt.
Now you get
All
the
right.
broken toe mutation.
Not all magic is good magic. Mercy.
So, as you guys are standing there looking at this slightly worse for the wear statue and the destroyed robots, you see an individual come strolling in, looking very furtively at the disaster that you've wrought. And let's go ahead. And why don't you describe your character, please, if you would, there, Stump?
Well, he's human looking, and maybe average height. Just human. A very upset looking human because someone has made a mess.
He looks like a big white circle with a smaller grayish circle inside, and then a round white circle in that, and a round white oval.
It's an aerial photo.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Okay, so Stump, you have entered the legendary happiest place on Earth, and there's there's the remnants of a few bots of some kind. There's desiccated skeletal remains dotting the ground here and there. Most curiously, other than the remains of the robots that are scattered around that these individuals have apparently just dealt with, there's the ground is immaculately clean. You have never seen expanses of ferrocrete this well maintained ever in your life. The ground is smooth. There's no weeds growing up through cracks. This grass in front of this strange looking statue is neatly manicured. There's what appears to be a fresh layer of paint, not wet, but it's been painted recently. There's no rusted metal. There's nothing chipping.
He just whistles real big and says, "Fancy."
So, you guys have a pure strain human-looking human standing there looking at your handiwork and looking at the rest of the park. Now, past this greensward that you're in, this actual recreational park, on your left, you have a building that looks like it's made of brick with large white columns on the front of it and a short flight of stairs that go up. Far to your right, there is a single-story structure of similar construction. And directly ahead of you is what can only be described as things you've seen in the remains of ancient books and so on, of just a street down the middle of a town. There are metal rails on the street in places, and there are signs hanging in front of many of these locations.
Hello there, stranger.
Howdy, are y'all from here?
No, we came to see the magical kingdom. Are you from here?
No. But I do have a question. Was those metal things not happy enough for you, or what?
Perhaps they were not happy at my offering, and Rex will take back the 2 donars that he put in front of the statue.
Okay.
How long you been here, man?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That sounds about right. I asked how long you been here.
Absolutely. Yes.
Oh, man. All right.
I should point out this
flip the statue.
individual that you're talking to, Stump, has the words "probably sane" tattooed in block letters on his forehead.
Rex is going to discreetly whisper to Mercy and say, Mercy, can you assess this new person for cognitive functioning?
I look at him. I look at Rex and I say, yeah, I suppose I could. So I start walking over to him and I'll take out like different medical gadgets so I look all professional. And I'll start examining him, just walking around him.
Well, Stump, there's this pure strain human looking woman walking around you. She has this metal disc that you think it's like an amulet of some kind, but she takes the necklace and sticks half of it in each one of her ears and then sticks the disc to you. Are you doing anything during this?
He's going to take a spoon out of his pocket and place the bowl of the spoon against her forehead and just stare at her. He thinks this is some sort of greeting.
Fair enough.
I'll continue my listening to his heart and I'll tell him, okay, take a deep breath. Now hold it. Giving him directions on listening to his lungs and all that kind of thing to do an exam, all official.
Okay.
That one clearly needs an anal swab.
Is there popcorn in Disney? Because I need some right now.
So I get through the vitals and then
Now,
I
interestingly
kinda
enough,
look- No, go ahead.
No, I was just going to point out, interestingly, now that you're just kind of standing there and you're not being attacked by anything, you notice that like you can smell the scent of food wafting on the air, prepared food. It's it's a combination of sweet and savory, and it seems to be coming from the street in front of you.
Does everybody smell that? Oh, that smells awesome.
Stump just starts walking toward the smell. Almost cartoonish, where the smell hits him in the nose and picks him up off the ground.
Dude, I'm not done yet here. You can't leave yet. Get over here. And so I'm like, okay, what's your name?
Stump.
What's your favorite color?
Stump.
That's not a color. What's your favorite color?
Stump.
What's your quest?
What's my what?
What's your quest? What you doing here?
Coming to the happiest place on earth?
All right. I walk back to Rex. He
Seems legit.
stable enough, and smells like there's some awesome food over there. So let's check it out.
Food. All right.
Man, they went too deep on that guy's tattoo. What you talking about, stable?
Stable enough.
Rex is going to see if he can use his scout suit to analyze what the food is.
I'm grabbing the stroller with our stuff.
Yeah, unfortunately, your scout suit doesn't really have culinary software built into it. I mean, for extended period operations, you know that you can screw a tube of protein paste into a dispenser and have that, but it's not it's not exactly the most the most delicious thing in the world, but that's it as far as food and your suit's interface is going.
I was thinking it could analyze the odor chemicals.
Yeah, no, I mean, basically it can tell you that the air is safe to breathe, and that's about it. There's no biotoxins, there's no radionucleotides, there's no neurotoxins, nothing like that. That's about it.
Post-apocalyptic Disney is safer than current Disney.
Yeah, really.
They've had a lot more time to clean everything.
Well, I think it's time to go and see what they have for dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's just. I mean, I guess Stump's already halfway there. I'm gonna go a different place though, because if he goes in there, it might take him a while to get his food.
Okay. So Stump having a bit of a lead on the rest of the party. Stump, you have stumped until you're at this sort of three-way intersection, where you came in with a couple of side streets that eventually just curve back around to where you met those nice folks. And straight ahead of you and looking ahead of you, there's sort of this open courtyard with all this various topiary, and in the distance is, well, it looks like a castle. It's painted blue. It has the turreted top and all that jazz. And there are little side streets that branch off to the left and the right. The food smell is still kind of wafting down the street, but underneath an awning on your left is a cart, and it looks like there are transparent cylindrical containers with a blue ribbon around each one, and there is also what you think might be fruit. Standing there next to it is a gleaming metal figure about the size of a person. It is wearing ancient clothing, a bowler hat, suspenders, a candy-striped shirt, and dark trousers, spats, the works. It looks at you with sort of a mechanical whine. It raises its arm and tips its bowler and says in a mechanical voice, "Fancy a fresh Coca-Cola product or some fruit on this hot day, sir?"
Bubba just says, "Yeah," sticks his hand out.
"What would you like?"
That one.
What do you point at? He has apples, oranges, bananas, and bottles of water.
Definitely the bottle of water.
All right. He reaches over, just sort of rotates around at the waist like 90 degrees, picks up the bottle of water, rotates back around, and he reaches over and picks up something off the cart and holds it out to you. There's a little glowing green square on it. There's a slot next to it. There's a little numerical keypad, and he says, that will be 3.12 domars.
Yes, of course. He's paying, and he just turns around and keeps walking.
Okay, well, he doesn't let go of the bottle.
Oh, well, that's not good. Well,
Okay.
That's not good.
While you're having this discussion with a robot, the rest of the group, you guys are going up this main street. There are several shops on your left, on your right. They're all full of brightly colored pieces of plastic and cloth, neatly ordered, things hanging on shelves. And the music has gotten louder, by the way. It's very happy and so on.
Rex is unnerved.
So I'm looking around. Do we see more of these mechanical beings?
He's talking to the only one on the street, but looking into some of the openings on the left and the right, there are you can see similar ones. Some of them have frilly dresses and more, curvilinear shapes to their construction to imply female. It seems to be an equal ratio of them, but the rest of them are in shops, and Stump is holding on to the bottle, and the machine is also holding on to the bottle, and it's holding a box out to him that's got a faint glow on it.
These mechanical things everywhere.
Is there still more food coming up, or were we smelling the fruit?
You are smelling food. There's a strong odor of it, of like food being cooked in a shop that is just past where Stump is standing on the left.
I think Rex is going to go there and see what's cooked.
Okay. There are ever present as you walk around this place. There are the skeletal remains of people. Sometimes it's almost humorous because, hey, there's like the perfect outline of someone just laying down on the ground with the tattered remains of clothes and some kind of long corroded mechanical device. And other times it's a little bit more disturbing. You'll see one of the little push carts like you have with a little tiny skeleton in it and a couple of skeletons lying next to it. But rounding the corner, you see a few more of them here or there, and there's this kind of zigzag metal pathway, fenced pathway that goes up to it. What is probably Sane doing?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and follow Rex.
All right.
In the general direction that he goes.
Okay. And how about No Raving?
I'll follow him, but I'm not going to go in any buildings. I don't have any domars, so I definitely am not going to start a fight with these guys.
Okay. So back over to Stump. Yeah, this thing is it's holding on to the bottle. It's not letting go. Are you just going to move on or what?
Yeah, I'm just going to call him rude and let go of the bottle and turn and walk off.
Okay. My apologies, sir. Please leave a comment card if you feel that the Disney Corporation's customer service has not been to your satisfaction. And Rex, you and probably Sane, you're standing at this counter. There's what looks like an ancient computer terminal with its back to you, so you can't see it. There's a ridiculous looking row of robots fashioned after male, female, and they all kind of simultaneously turn, and their smiling metallic faces are looking right at you. Give me a percentage dice roll, please, Rex.
Oh boy.
Does it look like they're getting ready to break out in song and dance?
Ooh,
Nice.
69. Nice.
Okay.
Sargon, something.
Rex,
Hoping for something special.
like you're looking around you're looking around this place, and you can't quite put your finger on it, but you think it had something to do with recreational sports. There's something about this place. Casey at the Bat is a name you see emblazoned everywhere. So anyway, yes, as you guys walk in, all of these machines slowly rotate their heads and look at you, and they're smiling, but then their faces are metal, so the smiles are fixed in. And the one nearest to you, Rex, says, "What can I help you with today, sir? Fancy an ice-cold Coca-Cola product? Or perhaps a delicious hot dog and some French fries?"
Are the hot dogs fresh?
"Yes, sir. They are made from the finest products." And it starts to rattle off a list of ingredients, nutritional value, the whole spiel. If you let it go, it takes like 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, Rex is definitely going to listen to the whole spiel. And then
Okay.
he'll ask you, and how much do these cost?
Your best bet, partner, is a meal deal. A home run fries, and a home run dog, and a bottle of refreshing Coca-Cola of your choice, we also have diet, is just 22 Domars.
Ooh. Do you by any chance have a 1 Domar value meal?
Ha, 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 ha. The others also mechanically laughing. "Sorry, sir, we don't."
Well, I'm very disappointed at your customer service. And Rex will turn around and leave.
Okay, what does probably sane do?
You resist the urge to break off some heads and follow Rex back out.
Okay, and
Domars, do you believe that? Probably.
That's absolutely ridiculous.
what about
I got a stash of donars, but I wouldn't spend them this way.
Maybe that's why they're all skeletons around here. They couldn't afford this food.
Couldn't get out of their hands. I'm gonna look the robots straight in the face as they pull an MRE out of my pack, open it, and start eating it, and then I'm gonna turn around and follow the other two.
Alrighty, so yeah, you're eating. Let me see. Give me a D20 roll.
Oh no! I threw all the breakfast ones out.
He's like, "I'm not going to start a fight with these guys." Yes, I am.
Roll
17.
a 17. Okay, yes, you did not find the one vomlet that's still knocking around inside your Alice gear. They're always there. You know they're always there.
Yeah, that's because people swap them while you're sleeping. That's how it happens.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, yeah, a 17 is pretty good. A 17 is pretty good. You got the pulled pork self-heating hot pocket.
Okay.
Ooh.
Good.
Nice.
0 Domars, by the way. Yeah.
But so dry. so dry. You're just like, oh my god, I need the ketchup. Where's the ketchup? Okay.
As long as it's not the jalapeno and cheese spread, I'm good to go.
All right. What's everybody doing now? You're gathered around outside this place. Do Re Mi is chewing on a ration pack. What are you guys doing? This meticulously maintained park, perhaps a half a kilometer away, is this massive castle.
Castle. Going to the castle.
All right.
Why not?
I'm gonna start eating a ration too. I got hungry.
Hey, what are we even here for,
Okay.
anyways?
We're here for you to rest and relax, probably saying. It's for your mental health.
As for my mental health, well, this Stump guy, let me tell you something. He's got some problems. And that's speaking as somebody who has some problems himself.
I'm going to demand to see the supervisor.
Okay, so as you leave this, you have several options. You can go. I realize you're headed to the castle. I just want to describe what you can see. To your immediate sharp left, Mercy, you notice this. There is a round white circle with a red cross in the middle. It's very subtle, but it's to your left, and there's an arrow pointing in that direction.
Medical, come on, guys. We gotta go over here. We gotta get healed.
Less to the left, it's kind of like sharp left, slight left. You can see the sidewalk kind of continues around and then makes a sharper left and goes way further. Of course, it curves around to either side of a large open space to get to the castle. On the right hand side, there is a lovely treed in area and a what looks like a little cafe. Its doors and windows are open. There are more elaborately dressed than the robots that were in this place. Robots there, but interestingly, that sidewalk continues around, and it no longer looks like ancient buildings. It looks like the structures that you've seen the ruins of out in the wastes, but completely intact. And in fact, from where you're standing, you can see a blue and white sign that says Tomorrowland. Perhaps they have some kind of time travel there. So, what is it you guys wish to do? You're gonna follow the sidewalk?
Guys, we've got a medical thing here. We can get our healing going.
All right, Mercy.
So I say, don't worry me. Come on, we gotta get here. We gotta get healed up.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, as long as they're not, pushing this medical products that I don't want. Let's try it.
Is Stump following along, by the way?
100%.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll follow up in there too.
All right. Rex, you going over there?
Yeah, I'm going with Mercy to see the medical stuff.
Okay. When you get around like the sharp turn, it's kind of a grim tableau. There are cots that have been set in neat rows, perhaps 4 deep and many wide, and there are desiccated remains lying on each one. Some of them have metal poles next to them, and you can see like the tattered remains of some kind of plastic containers hanging from them. Behind that is a glassed in, wooden framed glassed in building that has the white circle with the red cross in it.
That's where I'm gonna head.
These people,
Okay.
people must have had Domars for the home run dogs.
Maybe they got
The
some of
hot
that
dogs are
medicine
bad,
you didn't
man.
want.
The Main Street Cafe over there to directly behind you guys has a heck of a good Reuben sandwich. I'm just saying. It's not worth getting
Not
a
what they
Disney
offered
pass
us.
to try and get. Anyway,
Nice.
so yeah, these people are all. Well, I mean, these people, these remains are all lying out like that, and some of them are obviously children. It's not a very happy scene. And there's a door before you, and inside, behind the counter, you see one of the you see one of the mechanical beings. It's wearing a white smock. Clear, it was modeled after a female pure strain human, and it's just standing there, and it has its hands on the counter.
Do these things like appear to be stationary, or are they like mobile, like they walk around and stuff?
The only one that you've seen from the waist down is the one that Stump was like having a brief tug of war with the container of water, and then he gave up. That one had people looking legs and feet and all that jazz, but it didn't. You didn't see it moving, but you don't know if it was just standing there or if it was not capable of motion.
Thank you.
I'm going to approach the robot and say, "Excuse me, is medical care included in the visit?"
It says to you in a very pleasant voice, "Please state the nature of your emergency."
A couple of our group has sustained injuries that we would like to get treated for, but want to know ahead of time if there is a cost to this treatment.
Analgesics and pain relievers are available for purchase, and it indicates a shelf that has nothing on it. If you require critical medical care, please use your personal communicator and dial 911. Or if you do not have a personal communicator, we will contact medical care for you.
I am a doctor. Do you have any medical kits available? Supplies that I can access?
I was going to, but you killed my mechanical brethren. Die, fleshy one. No. Just repeats what it said to you. Now, you do see that there's a room behind it, and you can see another. It's not a cot. It's actually like a raised table of some kind that you're not unfamiliar with. You've seen similar things back in Stronghold, many, many hundreds of kilometers away. So I will point out that just a little down the counter from where it's standing, there is a half gate. Although it does say employees only. So
I point to the empty medical bay and say, "That looks like the facility that I need to utilize."
Doe is going to sneak out just okay, while she's talking to the, I don't know what the hell it is, a robot, android,
robot
resident. Yeah, he's going to sneak back outside, and he's going to grab one of those carriages with the not quite okay contents, and kind of walk it back towards the door as they're talking.
Okay. You have that.
Okay, so I'm going to wait until they start talking again, and then I'm going to burst in and say, "There's a person out here that needs help. They've been injured critically," and see how the robot responds. And then I'll, while I'm saying that to Doomsword and Mercy, I'm going to shake my head towards the bay with the bed.
So while it's basically responding to him, I'm going to see if I can kind of get to the bay there.
Okay. Any one of you guys roll initiative.
Oh, shit.
Saying you can vault the counter if you want before this thing could react, if you want to do that, or go around it or whatever. You do have the drop on it. Okay, it is turning to look at you before you can act. And it says in a very calm, melodious voice, "This area is for employees only. If you don't leave, I will have to call park security. Medical emergencies, maybe, or if you have a medical emergency, please let a park staffer know, and medical assistance will be summoned for you." But you guys are vaulting the counter, right?
I'm telling it that it's the park staffer I'm notifying, and that the problem's right outside the door, and I point at the carriage.
All right, let's see if you can Kirk this thing. Okay, it walks out, just faint, whirring of gears and so on, and walks out from behind the counter and takes one look at the remains in the carriage, and then looks at you and says, "Please understand, I am not a medical professional. However, it appears that your child has been deceased for 9,9,9,9,9,9,9,9,9 Stack Overflow error days."
Okay, how do I get the bits in there for that overflow to be useful? Okay. I would point back at it. It says it doesn't have a personal communicator. You're going to have to call for help for it. And I'm hoping that they're not paying attention to what's going on inside the building.
All right. Well, it's standing in front of you, looking at the remains in the carriage. What are Rex Dashington, Stump, Mercy, and probably Sane doing? Because this thing walked out of the building to talk to Do Re Mi.
I'm running into the medical bay.
Okay.
Rex
I'm wondering if I can go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Rex is going to reload his laser rifle because he knows what's coming.
Okay.
I'm wondering if I can get up behind it now that it's behind me and looking at Doe. If I can get up behind it and put one in the back of its metallic skull.
Okay. I mean, yeah, you will go faster with it, and if you want to squeeze around off, I'll definitely give you bonuses. What about Stump? What is Stump doing?
Stump's gonna.
Is he stumped on what to do?
Yes, he is. Stump will just he'll follow the lead and not try to pick a fight.
Okay. Well, the lady who put the weird medallion on you in greeting is going inside deeper into this office area.
Well, then yeah, that's definitely what I'm doing.
Okay. So in the room, and we'll come back to those of you who are trying to destroy this thing. But deep inside the room, things are really tidy, like tidier than you've ever seen in abandoned ruins before. There is a medikit on the wall.
Oh, I'm grabbing that right off the
All right.
bat.
And there are a few drawers and shelves and whatnot in here.
Oh, I'm opening those and grabbing all kinds of. I mean, if there's a bag, I'm grabbing a bag and I'm filling it with all of the medical stuff that I can grab.
Okay. As luck would have it, there is a bag on the floor here. It's got that same circle logo with the two smaller circles above it and a big stylized D around that. So yeah, you can grab all
that baby up.
You can grab all kinds of light first aid equipment in addition to the medikit. Let's just make a quick roll here and see if that medikit actually works.
Considering how meticulous they are, I would hope so.
Yeah, the medikit's not in great shape, but it's not to say that you couldn't get it to work in a pinch.
Okay.
But yeah, you got that. You got you grab a few spray hypos and some things like that. What are so you've been talking to this thing. It reaches into a shirt pocket and it has a little yellow tube and it squeezes out something and just kind of idly wipes it on the skeleton. There. A little bit of polysporin should help you with those injuries. Go ahead and roll your attack. Probably, see.
Yeah, I want to creep up as closely as I can behind it, without hopefully alerting it, and just pop it like at reasonably point blank range.
Sure. Yeah, that's going to suffice with your speed and the fact that you've basically walked up behind this thing and put your gun to its head. It's kind of disturbing because it turns around and its little photoreceptors open up a little bit more just as you pull the trigger. So roll your damage.
Alrighty. Not too bad.
Yeah, so you burn a hole in this thing's head and sort of staggers back. And it just kind of raises its hand and staggers around. Please don't, sir. No. Guest violation. Please, no, don't. And it is, let's see. It is turning and trying to walk away with this massive hole through its cranial dome.
When it turns around to leave, I'm going to try to shoot it in the back of the head from the other side.
All right. Give me a roll. It's now moving around. It may be a little harder to hit it, you think?
Understood. Yeah. I mean, is it initiative roll or what do we do?
No. I tell you what. Yeah, let's roll initiative to see if it runs or staggers away from you any further. 4.
Nope.
Yeah, it can't really put enough distance between you and it when you draw your gun out. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
Oh, class 10.
Yeah, your shot goes zinging past, and it's just kind of zigzagging through, bumping into the neatly ordered cots out there, knocking the clatter of bones as it's stumbling over and just trying to get away. So you've got a pretty full bag there of medical stuff, Mercy. It's gonna we'll check and see what kind of medical devices you've got later, but you've definitely got that very old medical kit that you'll have to hopefully get to use. It's not in great shape.
If there's more medical supplies, I'll look for another bag and fill that up and hand it off to another person in their group.
In this little medical bay, you think you've gotten pretty much everything. There's cotton balls, Band-Aids, tongue depressors, Tylenol, some air hypos.
Hope in one hand, cope in the other. See which one fills up first.
Yep. Stump, there's a jar about this big around, about that high, full of brightly colored, wrapped, individually wrapped objects. They have long sticks on one end of them.
Stump is 100% collecting anything and everything that his little hands can get on and snatch.
All right. So you got that.
If
Mercy's
it's not medical, I don't care. But if it's medical stuff, I'll look at them and say, "Not yours."
okay.
Keep going.
As she steals stuff.
Yeah.
Actively acquired for living beings that can use it. They don't need it here.
Okay. Yeah. So this thing is staggering. It's headed kind of. It's curving sharp to the right and heading back up Main Street now. Still kind of spouting nonsense, and so in the next round, what is Rex Dashington doing during this? You hear blam and zap, not in that order.
Can he see what's going on from where he is? Like if he turns around, or?
Oh yeah. You hear zap first, and you can turn around when you hear that, and then you see Do-Re-Mi raise his slug thrower and shoot at this attendant bot that would have been talking to you just a moment ago.
I will also shoot it to support my teammates.
All right, it's put some distance there, so give me a standard 2-hit roll. We'll just go on Do-Re-Mi or Kevin's initiative roll.
Sorry, so 2 d20s, you're saying?
No, 1d20.
A 1d20, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Oof.
Yeah. That's on my head. All right. Yeah, it gets to the intersection, and it's sort of oddly tilted head is kind of looking around, and it looks back at you, and it's gonna start staggering back up the street. Its dress sort of trailing behind it as it's trying to quickly move away. You guys gonna take a shot at it? You're gonna pursue it? What are you gonna do?
I'm going to yell cheese it and point to the castle. and prepare to run.
What is probably Shane doing?
How far is this thing away now at this point? I mean, is it still within short range like a rifle?
Made it about 30 meters now.
Okay, so that's well within effective range. I'm gonna take a shot of it.
Go ahead and roll it.
Come on. Don't need this thing alerting any of that onerous security. That's a weapon class 13.
That is going to hit this poor defenseless thing. Your shot hits somewhere inside it, and it just falls over with a clank. A little bit of black smoke curling up from its destroyed form.
Why'd you try to make me feel sorry for it?
Me?
Poor little defenseless robot that wants to keep the ivermectin from us.
Shooting the place up. Okay, so Kevin, Do-Re-Mi is booking it towards the castle.
When I see the robot fall down, I put my head down like I'm disappointed and start walking back. Son of a bitch.
All right. Right about then, Stump and Mercy, you guys have collected what you think are all the useful items. And you're all kind of standing there in amidst this rather grisly tableau of cots, many of them now knocked over, the bones scattered hither and yon, and now some little flames have sprung up on the gingham dress that was on the metal form of this thing.
Damn, I wanted that dress. So I'm going to look in the medical supplies that I gathered. Is there anything that I can use on Doremi or myself to heal some of our damage? Or no?
There are
I-
bandages and whatnot. I'm sorry,
I
go ahead.
I didn't take damage, so
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I have the inertial suit on. So yeah.
Yeah,
if
and
there's anything that I could use.
Well, with Mercy, I mean, it's just it was just gas. You guys just got
Okay.
gas, so you haven't taken any actual damage.
I took 22 at some point, but that's less than a fourth of what I started with.
That was from when you guys drove the monorail into the lake.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah, so
It drove
you
itself there. We didn't drive it there.
all right.
It's on a
So
rail.
is there anything that can
We're-
take care of the
I got
lake
railroaded
damage?
into that lake.
Yeah, I think I put the hammer down, if I remember correctly.
It was me.
Oh yeah, you did.
You can, you can certainly bandage up a few cuts on them and get them a hit point or two back.
Okay, I will do so.
All right.
Thanks, miss.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Good job.
Are you guys headed to the oddly named Tomorrowland that looks exactly like pictures you've seen of buildings just prior to the war? Are you headed towards the castle? Are you going around to see what's off to the left? Where are you going? What are you doing?
Which one's closest?
Technically, Tomorrowland is closest.
And it looks like it's intact.
Everything looks like it's intact here.
I think we should
Everything
go
does.
close and move in towards the castle.
Castle it is.
I'm pushing the stroller. But I'm carrying the medical kit over my shoulder because I'm not leaving that anywhere.
So you're pushing the stroller?
All right. So you guys all head towards Tomorrowland, and the most prominent feature you see, and it's sort of in the back. You've got two good-sized buildings on your left and your right. There's but in the far corner of it, you can see in the distance. And you had seen this. You had seen this shape before. It's sort of this conical dome with a flat top that has these irregularly spaced metal spiky objects sticking out of the top of it. That's off in one corner of this place. There's a you're not sure what it's supposed to be. You can see it's slowly rotating around. It looks like a bunch of small flying vessels on boom arms that are sort of raising and lowering up, and it's slowly going in a circle. And again, here and there, sitting on benches, lying on the ground, huddled against walls, desiccated corpses, or desiccated skeletons, I should say.
Stump runs over. He's going to try to jump up in one of those things. That looks fun.
Okay. It'll take some legwork to get there, Stump, but Stump sprints away. Anybody going after him? Are you guys just kind of standing and staring?
Standing and staring.
I'll jog over there. Just because.
Okay. So you sort of walking along behind or jogging along behind Stump. So you kind of have to go through this same sort of metal zigzaggy thing, and eventually you get there is a it looks for all the world like an actual person standing there, but they're wearing some kind of bulky soft suit. It sort of reminds you of the power armor that these two guys are wearing, Stump, but it's got a big bulbous clear helmet over its head, and it says, "Greetings, space traveler. One space trip for you?"
I've been there.
No.
No?
Why the hell did you make me jog over here then?
All right,
What?
fine. Space trip for everyone. Come on, Mercy.
All right,
I'm
I'll
a
go with
little
Rex.
bit nervous.
I'm looking for a control panel.
Well, Stump's confused because he just wanted to ride that funny looking thing, and this guy's talking about going to space. That's some far out stuff.
The only thing I know about space is I saw part of a filming of a space shot, and it was some guy saying "bang zoom" to the moon, and I did not like that.
So, is Mercy familiar with Rex having gone to a moon base or something like that?
I mean, how much did Rex talk about it?
I kind of feel like he's probably talked about it all the time. So much to the point that people are really annoyed about it.
Yeah. So,
So I'm going to say,
Rex-
does this look familiar at all?
back to Sanctuary Rex. I mean, it looks vaguely familiar based on some of the things he said. Now he doesn't. There's no control panel. They're saying, but as he was saying this, the thing is slowly stopped turning, and one of these gondolas, whatever it is, lowers down, and it's just beyond him. And he says, he looks back at Stump and says, "Are you sure, sir? I can get your whole family in a single shuttle." And it turns
Oh.
and
Yes. And Stump turns and just kind of motions for everybody, "Come on." And then he turns and just walks in.
Alrighty. So yeah, those of you in powered armor, it is really, really cramped. And those of you not in power armor who have to sit on the same row as those in power armor, it's like,
Make sure that the cramp is shared. Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't getting
Sitting
in
on
that thing.
Rex's lap, then is that the deal?
I hope this is better than the monorail thing.
Yeah, I'm not getting in that.
I'm definitely sitting on Rex's lap then if this is the monorail again.
Yeah, I'm gonna wave from the doorway. See
Okay.
ya later, and I tell saying, "Hey,
well, this is
hopefully
open top. This is open top. You're going to feel the wind flowing through your hair. So, this padded metal bar comes down, and it squishes Mercy. You're like, ah! against Rex's power armor. Those of you in power armor, you're just like, okay, clank. Stump, it's very comfortable on you, Mercy. You're being crushed mercilessly against Rex Blaster.
Hey, body here, body space.
Yes, there is a Webway people mover in the Tomorrowland in Florida. So you hear this creaking metallic sound as the arm. It seems to strain to lift you guys up, but it gets you there. And you can hear down below, and Rex, you see this. There is a woman. She is clad in white. She has dark hair, and her hair is done up in two tight buns on either side of her head. She has a metallic. She has a metallic belt, and you
Rex recognize her?
give me a percentile roll. No idea. Yeah, you're just like, okay, there's a pure strain human down there standing next to, or near probably sane. And, but you guys hear this thing's voice, and it's coming through, the speakers, and it says, "Why, look, you lucky space travelers, Princess Leia Organa is here to see you off on your trip. Wave, everybody, to Princess Leia."
Stump vigorously begins waving.
Okay.
I do a princess wave.
She unclips something from her belt and pushes a button, and the whole affair begins to slowly rotate. She looks at you, probably sane, and says, "Didn't you want to get on the ride, space traveler?"
No, I'm a qualified operator of this particular piece of machinery. So I was hoping to make the experience for my companions.
She looks at you kind of sympathetically and says, "I understand your desire to do something nice for your friends. I wish that it could accelerate to the G-forces where it'll just be like going to sleep for them, but that's not really a function of this."
Does it go any faster?
Her hand is dipping down. She is she is bringing up what appears to be some kind of a weapon. You have the draw on her, and you can do what you wish to do.
No, well, I'm obviously going to have to shoot it in the face. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be like standard ranged combat. You guys, it's fun. You're like, woo! Except for Mercy, who's like, ah! And this thing is really starting to whip you guys around. So go ahead and take a shot.
Have an
Rex.
inertial damper or anything? Nope. Okay.
And
it's a weapon class 13.
11. Okay. Hang on a second. Come on. Sorry, having a little bit of difficulty with the... All right, so... And that was a total of 11 on a weapon class 13, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. Come on. I keep zipping past the wrong chart. There we go. All right. She kind of jerks to the side and fires back at you.
All right, so she got missed.
Yes, she got missed. You, however, did not. Her hand comes up, and you haven't seen this before, or you haven't seen this type of weapon before, but yeah. Oh, come on. But you have seen the effect before. If I could just get to the... Here we go. And that is 27 points of damage.
Ouch.
She blasts you. She says she's genuine emotion in her voice. She says, I just wish you'd gotten in the cart or even eaten a hot dog. The overdose of phenobarbital in the hot dog, and you would have just laid down and gone to sleep. I'm sorry it has to be this way. Those of you on the cart, there must be some, as you see this bright this bright flash as you kind of pass where Rex is, and you're going really fast now.
I'm gonna use my inertial armor and try to jump the hell out of it. It's open top, right?
Yeah, it's open top.
Yeah, so that's I'm gonna try to jump out of this thing. Maybe I'll corkscrew for a mile or so, but it's probably safer than this.
It's kind of getting hard to breathe and sort of uncomfortable. What are you doing, Rex?
Well, since Mercy is sitting on my lap, I will, break the. I assume there's a restraining bar or something. Break that, grab her, and fly off.
Okay, yeah, it's the restraining bar is currently crushing Mercy into your lap. Stump, what are you doing? Are you just up front going, woo?
Absolutely.
Hood ornament.
Okay. So yeah, you shove that bar forward. It bends out of your way. You are snapped backwards and you are going to fly. It's more fun to do it like this. Let's see. For those of you with bad internet connections, I apologize for this. I should probably just multiply it, but I just want to see. Yeah, here we go.
Oh no. Oh my gosh.
So imagine a level 25 magic user casts a fireball.
Yeah. Is it done?
We'll just multiply that times 10. You fly 770 meters.
Holy smokes.
So is that Rex or is it me or both of us?
No, that's you.
Oh, okay. Score?
So that's 770 meters.
I'll
and your
try to
inertial
find
armor
out.
has how much damage reduction in it?
I think it's 40. Let me look.
Okay.
25 hit points per turn.
25 hit points. Okay, so
Yes.
Well, we're just
So
going
it's
to
only
use good old
77
AD&D,
times 6.
good old AD&D falling damage, which maxes
Is
out at
it the
10d6.
exponential damage they talked about later?
Oh no. 39.
That's what it looks like.
39 minus your power armor's absorption.
Okay, so 14. That's not too bad.
Rex, give me. Yeah, that's not too bad. You bit your tongue. That wasn't a lot of fun. So Rex, you smash into a building. You're like just rolling down an aisle. I'll get back to you. Rex, you actually activate your jets and fly up, holding Mercy. Give me a D20 roll. Actually, Sapphire, you give me a D20 roll for Mercy.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
A D20 roll. That's a D20.
Yeah. Sorry.
nice colors, though.
Yeah, it's the Pride ones. I thought they were kind of fun.
Unfortunately, well, I mean, he's got you. Give me a D20 roll there, Rex Dashington.
He's probably got her pretty hard. Just say the arm comes off.
Nice.
Oh yeah, so she's just going to take a little bit of damage.
Almost the same
just
damage I took.
17 points of damage as your elbow and shoulder dislocate.
All right.
Oof.
Stump, you are having the ride of your life. This thing is just going faster and faster, and your new friends decided to do something wild and crazy, and they just punched they just jumped right out. You don't even know where they are. So Rex, there was some inertia imparted on you, so you did get moved a little bit. I'm going to say you're 100 meters away now. And we'll start with you, Rex. You're holding Mercy. Her arm kind of flopped out, and it's a nasty, meaty smack as that, and she's now holding, like, cradling her arm. What is Rex Dashington doing?
Rex is going to look for a safe place to land, and then look for a safe place for both of them to land.
Okay.
Then,
there are tops of buildings underneath you. There is open sidewalk. Like I said, you're 100 meters away.
I will find a rooftop that looks
Okay.
intact.
Oh yeah. All of them are in frighteningly good repair. Back on the ground, probably sane. This individual looks at you, and she has got her blaster leveled at you, and she says, "If you'll stand still, I'll shoot you through the head or the heart, and it'll be instantaneous."
If you stand still, I'll end it quick.
Even if you destroy me, there are others.
There's always others. There's more of me, too.
It doesn't have to be unpleasant.
It's already unpleasant.
Stump, you are being whipped around, and you're not sure, but you think you heard it, like you think you heard like the crack of the sound barrier breaking. What is what are you doing, Stump?
Well, Stump doesn't have the luxury of power armor, so he's not jumping out of anything. So he's just gonna. Is there a lever or anything in inside that could maybe steer this thing?
You know what? Actually, there is what looks like kind of a control stick that you can push forward and backwards.
Yeah, he's pushing and pulling on that stick.
All right. Okay. The front of the thing, or that it tilts down a little bit, and you kind of start to angle down. You don't go too far. It's not like it's coming in for a landing, but you can hear like the whole thing is starting to vibrate very, very hard, and you can hear the like various metallic pieces groaning and popping. Even if, go ahead.
Stump just screams, "Happiest place ever."
Okay, probably sane. Go ahead and you can take your shot if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. There's no other option. Come on. God.
All right.
The dice God giveth and taketh.
Sane.
The unluckiest place on earth.
Yeah, probably sane. You're dodging and weaving, and she's blasting away at you. Rex, you can now hear there is like this howling sound coming from where you just left. Stump, everything is a blur. Your cheeks are flapping. You're just like, ah. You want to pull on the control and try and make it go back up?
No, I want to. Yeah, sure. Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Hey, Stump, you just created a new character. What are you gonna do? I'm going to Disneyland. Create another character.
This is Gamble World after all.
Roll 3d6, and then roll 3d4.
All right, Stump, you pull back on the control. There is this sort of metallic tearing sound. Let's see. Okay, Rex and Mercy. You're standing there on top of the building. You hear this horrible booming sound. You look up, and the gondola that you were in, with Stump still in it, flies over your head at hundreds and hundreds of meters a second.
Stump is just screaming, "I'm so happy!"
I guess he's going to the moon.
Is there any way that Rex could turbo boost to try to save Stump?
Yes. We'll do an initiative roll in just a second. Probably. I'm sorry, not probably. Do re mi. You have picked yourself up and dusted yourself off. There are shelves, piles of merchandise all over you. Broken window. Dressed in, again, you're no historian. You don't know your ancient times or anything like that. But these like dark brown clothes. There's a one of the shopkeeper robots runs over and says, "Oh my goodness, Governor, are you injured? Should I call first aid?"
Yes, but no. Please don't call first aid. That's why I'm here.
I will have to file an incident report, but unless you are severely injured, you may leave, sir.
Thank you. I'm leaving. And I just
Yeah, file this.
yeah, and I'm going to try to find out the quickest way out of the building, and then try to figure out where the hell I'm at, so I can get back to where I was.
The do-re-mi sized hole.
Well, that's the way I'm going out. It's I'm familiar with it, so.
Okay. Standing about 25 meters away from you is a beautiful redheaded woman in a blue-green dress. She is holding a bow drawn with a knocked arrow in her hands, and she has a thickly accented voice, and she says, I see you came from Tomorrowland.
Not willingly, I didn't. Is it leveled at me, the bow?
She is raising it.
Okay. If I still have it, I'll try to draw my slug thrower and quick draw.
Sure. We're gonna get to roll initiative. Rex, since this is kind of on you, roll initiative for me, buddy.
Alrighty, easy peasy.
All right.
Yes.
All right. You boost. You hit the anti-gravity boost. You hear, "I'm so happy," and so you can get to the gondola and try and grab it as it's flying by. It'll be an XY intercept.
I would like to do that.
Roll a d20.
Rename him to Nike Ajax.
D20, no problem, no problem. Big money, big money. No whammies.
Look at that.
Nice.
You catch this thing right in your midsection. You do take some impact damage. This thing is going quick.
All right.
And for you math
120
majors,
points.
it was moving hundreds of meters a second. It's it's going to be like a nuclear flash. I don't know math, so Oh yeah. Your shield, your shield dims like. Gosh, I wish it would stop crashing my connection when I do that. Yeah, Clannerjix says, Rex, I headbutt the gondola. So yeah, you've got it. You have slowed its speed considerably, but it's still flying. Do you want to try and slow it?
Instead of slowing it, can I just grab Stump out of there? And then let the gondola go wherever the gondola goes?
Sure. Stump, are you resisting?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
As far as Stump knows,
Right.
This is part of the ride.
Okay. So let's get back to the action on the ground. You're going to get a shot at it first, probably, Sane. So go ahead.
I need this to be a hit, big time. 12, weapon class 13.
Yeah, it's not going to hit, unfortunately.
Man.
Yeah, she's braces and pops off another shot, but does not hit you.
Thank God.
What is Mercy doing?
I'm assuming Rex dropped me off at a rooftop.
Yes.
Yeah, you're on top of a big flat building.
Yeah. Okay. Can I see numbers from where I'm at? Or more importantly,
It's
the
going to
robot
take you a
that's
little
fighting
bit.
numbers?
It's going to take you a little bit to get oriented, but you think it's in that direction. You'll have to
Okay,
go
I'm
to the
gonna
edge of the
start
building and
dashing that
look to see.
direction. Yeah, I'll
Okay.
start dashing that way.
Okay, Do Re Mi, roll initiative, please.
Nice.
All right, you can get a shot off at her first. Let me see here. Oh, wow. Okay, so, yeah, the arrow's got a very fat, chunky head to it.
Rambo arrows, damn it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, this may knock me off the internet for a second because this thing is not loving my my connection when I do this. So let's cross our fingers and hope it doesn't kill me.
Hey, Rambo, what mean expendable?
Okay, so I took 8 points of damage, right? 33 minus 25.
Yes.
All right.
So it's not that bad.
hurts.
That is some awesome armor. Don't let me tell you.
Brave sucks. Mm.
And I love Brave. Just
I
for
love
that,
the
I'm
movie.
switching
I
to the
just hate
nuclear
this-
arrows.
I just hate this specific version.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that she's against us and not with us, huh?
Before I tell you what, before Disney started going downhill like it was when our daughters were younger, we did a princess encounter with Merida, and it was the most adorable thing. The actress was fantastic. I mean, it wasn't the voice actress, it was the park actress, the cast member. Thank you. And I mean, she was so amazing with the girls. It was really, really neat. I'll have to see if I can find any pictures, but not right now, audience. Don't worry.
We're having that encounter right now.
Yeah, you're having that encounter right now. Robert Phillips says 125 Domars for a Bud Light. All right. So yeah, she's drawing another arrow and pulling back with it. Rex, are you gonna? So you've grabbed him up, and this thing just continues to arc, and not for nothing, but it lands somewhere in the Goofy lot.
Rex makes a mental note of where it landed. And then he will try to fly Stump back to where he left Mercy.
Okay. Mercy, you have gotten to the edge of the building, and about 100 meters away, you can see the bright flash of blaster fire being exchanged between presumably probably Sane and this woman in white.
All right. I'm taking the crossbow and I'm aiming at the woman in white.
You will not hit her from this distance. It's just not
okay.
going. So you,
All right.
Rex, you can base. Well, you move in this round. Now I got to look at the flight speed on your armor.
Nothing better
You
than
have-
checking flight speeds, maneuverability classes, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
We're in 3 dimensions here, not just you.
But
have
in this
powered
case,
attack.
he would be a laden swallow.
No, it's the scout armor.
Okay, scout armor. Okay, you can be back to where you think probably Sane is in this round if you just want to take Stump with you, or you can be back to where you know Mercy is if you and put Stump down, and then in the next round be over where he is. What do you want to do?
You know what? I'm gonna take Stump on a ride. We're gonna go where I think probably Sane might be.
Okay, we'll roll initiative in just a second. Kevin, roll. We'll roll initiative right now. But Kevin, I'm gonna ask you to roll initiative, please.
What, it's on its edge? What? Oh, you knocked it. Damn it. Simultaneous. That actually was on its edge until your die rolled. I didn't know it was possible in this.
Yeah, they knock each other
A
around.
7,
It's
as
kinda
everyone
funny.
can see.
Oh, hey, do I get a
So-
shot at this thing?
Yes, you get your shot before any of that goes down.
All right, am I good to take that?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, come on, please, please. Come on, man.
That will not.
Oh, come on!
Yep.
She, however, connects.
The haters on the dice roller are against us today.
Yeah, apparently. I mean, I still,
They're-
I still got hit points and
And
stuff,
kill
but I ain't taking many of these.
26.
you got-
26.
So yeah, that's 26 minus. I mean, do you have a force field in your plate? I don't think you do.
No, I just got powered plate. Man,
Yeah,
this is
so
the
that's,
hardest I've been in a year.
And that's saying quite a bit, sadly.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So I guess that's going to be just a tie. So she's firing the bow, and you're firing the pistol. Roll your 2 hit there, Kevin.
All right. Okay, class 10.
All right, class 10.
AKA you wish.
Marginal, right? You love the marginal rolls.
The marginal rolls. Class 10 for, and you rolled you rolled a what?
A 12.
Yeah, she just kind of drops to one knee, and your shot whizzes over her head. She fires an arrow at you again.
I disbelieve.
Reality is that which does not go away when you stop believing in it, and that arrow did not go away, so that is going to be another 10d6.
Okay, lag monster, be pleasant.
35.
35. Okay, so 9.
Man.
I'm in an unhappy place. I'm at 20.
Yeah, I got 22.
Okay. Rex, you land in the proximity of where this android is fighting. Is fighting probably Sane, and it is spouting the same rhetoric that the androids on the moon were spouting.
Oh, lovely.
We don't want to inflict pain on you. You just need to hold still for orderly disposal.
Rex, he will pull out his laser rifle and, well, can he see her?
Yeah, I mean, you would have
okay.
you would be able to have moved. You can be standing right in front of her if you want.
No, I would like to standing away with somewhat cover, but he's going to pull out the laser rifle and shoot her while wondering if secretly Disney was the cause of the Armageddon.
Could be. Stump, what are you doing? You're like hanging on for dear life, and there is this woman clad in white, smoking blaster in one hand. There is probably say smoking holes in his chest armor. Mercy or Sapphire, is Mercy climbing off the building to start moving in that direction?
Do I think I could do that safely with my arm?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, then I'll start climbing down.
Okay. All right, so you're going to be on the ground at the end of this round, and then you can start dashing in that direction. All right, we'll do one more round of combat, and what is Stump doing at this point? Just
Well, Stump's still being flown around, right?
Stump is on the ground now. Stump is standing in the proximity of your new friend, the pretty lady in white, and the pretty lady in white has apparently shot your new friend a couple of times.
Oh, well, that's not good. Stump's going to try to tackle her.
All right. Then why don't you go ahead and roll initiative for us, if you would, Todd?
All right. Uno momento.
Come on, man.
Okay, sorry, I had to type it out real quick. And it's a D20 or D6 for initiative?
It's a D6 for initiative.
D6. Okay.
Are you in the DD dice roller?
No. Every time I try to sign in, it kicks my device offline.
That's no good.
Well, I have like a really old laptop that is steam powered from the 17th century. I rolled a 2.
You rolled a 2. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and take your shot if you're going to shoot her. Just is probably saying got a reload coming up, or
no, not yet. I've still got 3 shots out of the clip. Is there cover anywhere near me that I feel like I could reasonably get to, or
you can try and dive for cover. There's like some planters and a bench.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to dive for cover.
All right. Well, she still recognizes you as primary threat, so she is going to shoot.
Of course she is. AC3.
13. Class weapon does she have? She's got a 14. Let me double check that. That's going to hit. Now, don't forget to
Die.
Not yet.
We'll see. 6d6. Do we want to roll it now, or leave everyone on a cliffhanger until we come back in the first week of July?
Please roll it now, because that'll at least give me the chance to make a new guy.
18. You're still alive, barely.
Yeah, I got 4 left. Maybe I can dive for cover.
Man. You are now dived for cover. And we'll finish up. Kevin, did you and I shoot at each other already?
We did, yeah.
We did. Okay.
You hit me and I missed, which seems like the standard operating procedure.
All right. Stump, you're dashing for this thing. Go ahead and make your 2-hit roll. She is armor class 4.
I rolled a natural 20.
A nat 20. You have got her, and I will say that you make contact. Someone make note of that, because that's where we're going to leave, on the cliffhanger, in the deadliest place on Earth. So now, normal goings on Monday, Tuesday, Kyle probably Wednesday, big prize drawing on Thursday as I open the Great Underground Online Gaming Convention. Friday, of course, no Gamma World. The following week, I'm taking off. And then we'll pick it up in a couple of weeks and find out exactly what's going to happen in Tomorrowland. So I'd like to thank all my players. Welcome back to the table, by the way, Todd. Good to see you again.
Yes.
Well, it's good to be back.
It's awesome.
Excellent. So thank you, everyone out in the audience tonight. It was a stone groove seeing you all. If you're not signed up for the Great Underground Online Gaming Convention, go to warhorn.net and check that out. There's just a couple more days to register, guys. So please sign up for the guac. There's going to be great games, great prizes, loads of fun. Don't miss it. I love you all. Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you to my players. And we'll see you soon. It's not going to be that long, just a little summer vacay for yours truly. And until then, please take care of each other. And hopefully I'll see you all at the guac. But until then, as always, the question remains to you: have you seen my owl bear?
Have you seen my owl bear? Here's to all the weirdos everywhere, in the woods and in the air. Have you seen my owl bear? Should I shave off all my hair? Bobs are all around. Some live in tunnels underground. Some are fat, some are rich, some are sleeping in a ditch. Can you ride a crooked horse without a saddle, way off course? Naked as a toad, all the way to Smoky Joe's. Have you seen the little creep driving fast in his little green Jeep? He smells like fish and brandy, but his rotten teeth look dandy. Take me to the show, I don't care if fast or slow. From action flicks to dancing dicks, just take me to the show.